Right. Coach, just talk about today's semifinal win, and then we'll take questions after that.
It was all about our energy level from the start. I thought we handled some of their offensive sets early. They're just really good at it. They were aggressive on the ball screens and got a couple of open looks. And I thought our defense really responded well about 5 minutes into the game, and we were able to get stops and keep them from getting to the basket. They had a couple offensive boards off of penetration that we didn't rotate well early, and then I thought we did just a great job of communicating, being alert. I mean, sometimes when we're having to help off of that stuff, if you're not alert, you don't recognize it, and it's loud out there, and sometimes just talking doesn't fix all of it. And I thought we did a good job of that, just being able to get stops, and then we shot it well. And nice change from last night.
Kristen, you in particular certainly rebounded from yesterday. Just talk about the changes and the shot getting that, or the feeling getting that first shot to go down as opposed to yesterday.
I was very thankful that the shot finally fell. Yesterday was a little stressful for me, but that can all just be attributed to the speed of the game, and we were playing more like ourselves today as a whole. And when everyone's playing together, things start falling. So.
Not to rehash space, but what was it about yesterday that you couldn't get into that same kind of tempo?
I think it all starts with defense, which is what Coach Kirby always says. And when we have letdowns on defense, it gets in our heads on offense. So we really had to get back to the basics and shore up our defense to be able to execute.
Can I say something?
Certainly.
It's really hard to make a shot when you're sitting on the bench, too.
There's awesome.
So we've been telling her that when she gets in foul trouble and has to sit, those numbers don't keep adding up. You stay zero.
Shauna, you were a key part of the early run in this game with 4-3. I mean, just 4 threes for the game, but, with their zone, it seemed like, maybe it'd get down to like the shot clock. You guys hit a big three. How key was that? It seemed like you guys hit more than 7 threes in the first half, but just those first half outside shots.
Well, I just think we moved the ball really well, and we got it into the post, and they were looking for us, and I just think it was big, like we were playing together as a team. We just had a lot of energy, so when we move the ball, it gives us those wide open shots, and we were hot today.
Did you feel a sense of maybe take a deep breath once you opened up that lead, because you can put yesterday out of your mind? Whoever wants to answer that one.
I'll answer that. I think everybody was anxious to get back on the floor tonight, and again, I don't want to discredit what Washington did, because they played a really good game, and they caused a lot of that stuff on our offensive end yesterday. But we were ready to get it back out on the floor, and I don't think that we were way too worried about it. It was just we wanted to get back out there and play some more, and we know that we've got some shooters out there. But what Shauna said about making the extra pass, there was 3 or 4 possessions that somebody had an open shot, but someone else had a better one. And when you start doing that, it's kind of like an offensive rebound. It gets in the other team's head, because they're going, well, we can't rotate that fast. And they might have contested the first one even though it was open. So we did that 3 or 4 times in the first half that I thought was huge. And then the transition baskets, or transition part of the game was also getting us some of those open shots, because when they're having to help down with guards, because we're running hard with our posts, that opens up a little more space for our perimeter game, and I think that's I thought that was a huge key into us getting some open shots.
SWASU tomorrow. They've knocked you out of the tournament each of the last 2 years. I guess I can start with the girls, because they're probably most emotionally connected with that. But I know you guys are a better team than you've been, Kristen. But how much does that mean to you playing SWASU tomorrow?
I'm very thankful for the opportunity to play them in the championship, because they're a really talented team, and we know that they're going to be a big challenge for us, and that we're going to have to be on top of our game. But I'm thankful to be playing them again and to have that chance to redeem ourselves.
I know they're not the best defensive team out there. Maybe they don't challenge you in that way, but how does just their speed and the way in which they play, which is different than most teams in the conference, how is that different for you, Sean?
They're a very good offensive team. They drive and take it to the hoop, and I just, like she said, I'm thankful that we're playing them, because they are one of the better teams, and they'll give us some competition. But I think that if we shore up our defense and we play as a team like we did tonight, we will be fine, but we just have to make sure we play defense.
Coach Kirby, you guys seem to have stepped up your speed in which you play this year. I don't know, I haven't gotten to talk to you this year about it, but just that's the first thing I noticed about you guys. I mean, it's the same numbers out there, they look to be a tick better, but faster. Has that helped you against SWASU?
I think so. You know, they've gotten better as the year's gone on too. I mean, I think they're one of those teams that right now, I think they're playing some of their best basketball, and their guards are really confident in both areas, getting it to the basket and also spotting up and shooting it. And they've got a lot of threats. You know, anytime you've got a high-scoring team, usually the defense doesn't seem as good, but they'll still cover you. I mean, they got some girls out there that are athletic and competitive. I mean, they're competitors. And I think what they're saying about Southwestern, I mean, if you play college sports, especially college basketball, you want to play against people that want to compete. And we know that they're ready and they're excited about it. So we need to make sure that we get our rest tonight and we're ready to cover a really fast team that's going to put stress on us. And we talk about teams that are in our league that will stress you out, and Southwestern's obviously one of those because you got to be ready at all times to cover shot and drive. And when you're having to do that, it's stressful. And I think our depth, probably to answer your question with scoring, I think our depth has probably helped us as much as anything because we can put some fresh legs out there and keep running. Where in the past, we might not have been as deep, and just some fatigue and weary legs play a factor in how fast you play. So that's probably, if you just tried to pick one thing, I think that helped as much as anything, just getting some depth.
I've got 7 more questions. Don't stop me. I'm just kidding.
Well, Coach, appreciate the time and good luck tomorrow against Southwestern.